alles in Blau, außer im Osten. Da ist alles rot. Die Bayern machen es geduldig, suchen ihren Weg da durch, finden ihn aber noch nicht. Auch hier nicht. Köhn hätte ihn bekommen sollen, hat aber nicht geklappt. Viel Ballbesitz aber für Rot in den Anfangsminuten. Das ist schon ein bisschen abwarten von den Löwen, aber das ist, glaube ich, auch durchaus die richtige Herangehensweise. Und jetzt sind sie doch mal in guter Position mit Sascha Mölders. Erster Abschluss, wenn wir ihn so nennen wollen, in dieser Partie. Geht also an die Löwen. Ich denke, dass das die Spielidee ist, erstmal am Anfang von Michael Kölner. Schauen, was die Bayern machen. Sich nicht zu weit hinten reindrängen lassen. Schon auch versuchen, vorne und im Mittelfeld drauf zu gehen, Bälle zu holen und dann fix in Richtung Mölders und Lex. Stefan Lex ja da jetzt als Doppelspitze aufgestellt mit Sascha Mölders. Kam ja sonst immer über die Außen, aber da das so gut geklappt hat vor 2 Wochen in Halle, spielt er heute wieder ganz vorne drin, der Stefan Lex, der aufgedreht hat in den letzten Wochen. 3 Scorerpunkte in den letzten 2 Partien. Er hat auch gesagt, darauf angesprochen, warum es denn jetzt auf einmal wieder rund läuft. Dass es bei ihm schon sehr, sehr viel am Selbstvertrauen liegt. Hatte einfach nicht den Flow, nicht den Lauf. Das hat sich über eine sehr lange Zeit erstreckt. Aber jetzt scheint er richtig gut dabei zu sein. So, jetzt könnte es auch den ersten Abschluss für die Bayern geben, wenn es eine Chance gibt nach diesem Freistoß jetzt von Cuisance. Und der ist schon nicht so schlecht. Ried ist da, aber Hiller auch. Hiller hat was abbekommen.
D60 want a foul. It's given in the end. Hiller down, holding his head. It was hard to see what happened there. But it was Riet. I mentioned him lurking on the edge of the area. It was Riet who came in to try and connect with that deep free kick. Cuisance whipped in the ball into a dangerous area. And what happened? The shoulder of Kwasi Okiere Riet just makes contact with Marco Hiller's head. He stayed down. Let's hope he's okay to carry on. A long goal kick comes forward for 1860. You can see already both sides playing with full intensity. There's a derby atmosphere around the stadium and there's a derby atmosphere out there on the pitch. Paul Ville this time with another full-blooded challenge already. Not even 6 minutes into the game yet. And it's clear to see how much this means to both sides. It's a searching ball down the right for 1860, the nominated home side today. As you can tell by the light blue and white all around the stadium, it's packed. Throw-in comes into the box, headed away by Kian. The ball comes back in though, nobody there to meet it. Leon Deyaku will just watch that one out for a goal kick. Fröschtel plays it short to captain Nicholas Feldhahn. Pressure on the goalkeeper there. And the home side have won the ball back. What can they do with it? Good passing around on the edge of the area. It's come through. The shot from across the goal. Cleared away at the last moment. Dennis Dressel on the left. Not quite sure whether to shoot or to square the ball. In the end, went for the square option, played it just a bit too hard. Looked like Derek Kern was able to get back and hoofed that one away to safety. Could have gone anywhere. It'll be Steinhardt to take the corner from the left. Philipp Steinhardt, the left back, already with 2 assists to his name this season in the colours of 1860. Can he get another one? Not from this corner, but it will be a second corner in a row. There's so much at stake for these two sides today. Not least bragging rights. Both of them need the points. It's incredibly tight in the third league in Germany. Header cleared away. Looked for a second as though there would be a chance. And in the end, volleyed harmlessly on the bounce over the bar. No way of securing enough dip and swerve on that ball to test Christian Früchtl. Here come FC Bayern 2 now. So content to train these players to pass out from the back, but it's run them into trouble this time. Sarpreet Singh has lost the ball. He's still fighting for it. The cross is looped over a little bit too high, a little bit too long. Chris Richards can bring it away, but it's given back. There's more nice interplay from 1860 Munich down the left. Dressel once more, good turn. The ball found its way to Tim Rieder, but now the red shirts of Bayern can start to build again. But look at the amount of pressure they're under. Stefan Lex this time squares it short and too close to the goalkeeper. What an intense opening period. That just sums it up really. Dennis Erdmann there and Paul Will having a little battle around by goalkeeper Christian Früchtl. Well, strap yourselves in because we still have more than 80 minutes to go in this one. And we're bound to see some drama and some excitement. If you're just joining me on the international YouTube stream, a very warm welcome to Munich for this game. The atmosphere is certainly hot inside the Grünwalder Stadion. Apologies for the technical disturbances that meant we missed the first couple of minutes of the game. It meant that I wasn't able to announce the two sides. I'll run through them quickly now. 1860 lining up without previous coach Daniel Bierofka. They're going for a 5-3-2 formation. It's Hiller in goal. Steinhardt, Rieder, Erdmann, Weber and Wilsch making up the back five. Captain Felix Weber, the number 4 for 1860 Munich today. In the midfield, it's Dennis Dressel on the left. We've seen plenty from him already. Christian Böhnlein in the centre and Daniel Wein out on the right up front. The two danger men for 1860, Stefan Lex and Sascha Mölders, responsible for plenty of goals and assists between them this season. Lex on target in the last 2 victories for 1860. FC Bayern 2, the away side. They don't need so much introduction necessarily these days. Plenty of hot prospects in this side. They've gone for a 3-5-2. That's what the coach has chosen for today, Sebastian Hoeneß. Christian Früchtl's in goal. It's Lars Lukas May at left back, Niklas Feldhahn in the middle and Chris Richards on the right of the 3-man defence. In the midfield, from left to right, Derek Kern, Michael Cuisance, Timo Kern, Paul Will and Leon Zajaku. And he's on the ball now, plays it into the box towards Kwasi Okiere-Reed. Just touched it too hard and overran it for a goal kick. And the last 2 players in the red of FC Bayern 2 were that man on the ball, Kwasi Okiere-Reed, the number 10, and Sarpreet Singh, the number 31. Singh with both of the goals last time out for FC Bayern 2 as they beat Magdeburg 2-1. It looked as though they were coasting to a comfortable win against Magdeburg, but in the end Magdeburg came right back into it. Gave Bayern real trouble to get over the line, but they did so. They won their game. That was their 6th victory of the season. 1860 also have 6 victories. An interesting side note is that Magdeburg, up in 6th position in the third league, have only 5 wins to their name. These two sides down in 13th and 14th with 6 wins. Well, Akira Reed jumping into that challenge. That's another derby tackle, if ever you've seen one. Tim Reeder, the man on the ground. Well, in my view, Reed might be lucky to get away without a card for that one. Came off his feet, jumped into the challenge slightly. Sasha Mulders on the left. Chris Richards chasing. It's a good low ball in. Causing trouble for Lars Lucas Mai. Stefan Lex drifting into the middle. So nearly able to get a touch on it in front of the 6-yard box. Great determination from Lex. Came out of nowhere. Causing trouble, but not able to steer the ball goalwards. Chris Richards knocks it out towards Leon Deyaku. Richards again. Paul Ville. Michael Cuisance combining nicely in the midfield for Bayern 2. Good ball out left. Offside though. Given against Derek Kern. Philipp Steinhardt fighting for the ball down on the left. Chris Richards wins the battle this time though. It will be a throw-in to FC Bayern. Nice turn from Timo Kern there. Can Bayern make something of this break? All the way out on the left. Sarpreet Singh. Inside to Derek Kern, back out wide on the left, and it's given away there cheaply. 1860 can't capitalise this time though. Timo Kern chips one forward. I was going to say nobody's there, but Deyaku is there, and he's turned well in the box. Good footwork. Marco Hiller had to take a couple of attempts before he secured the ball there. Great vision to pick out the movement of Leon Deyaku. And that's some neat touches in the box. Neat footwork to buy himself a half a yard. Marco Hiller was always there to cover the ball though. And that's a dangerous one. No nonsense from Bayern, just headed straight back to Christian Früchtel in the goal. Chris Richards now, and Paul Ville. Richards named as one of the best under-20 prospects in world football after his displays at the U20 World Cup for the USA. Well, crowd want a free kick there. Nothing doing at this moment. And here is Richards on the ball once again. We'll see plenty of him today, I'm sure. Timo Kern. Paul Ville now. Sarpreet Singh knocking the ball around with Nicholas Feldhahn, more experienced, older member of the FC Bayern 2 back line. Richards lofts one across, spreads the play really well out to the left. A pinpoint ball to teammate Sarpreet Singh. He's so good at advancing on the ball. This time went for the pass instead to Cuisance. Gave the ball away, but it's back with Dayaku. And Cuisance again, finding Dayaku once again in the box. Really nicely played, and another nice turn. Bibiana Steinhaus, the referee, waves that one away. We'll have to see that one again on camera. But Dayaku was in a good position to cross the ball or play something across the goal. And he went down. Well, Felix Weber with a late challenge off the ball there. He felt that there should have already been a free kick given in his side's favour. It wasn't given. And Bibiana Steinhaus again being rather careful about giving out cards. Certainly could have seen a few already. Paul Ville there, barging Stefan Lex to the ground. In the end though, it was Felix Weber, the 1860 captain, who was the one penalised. And that means FC Bayern 2 will have another chance to deliver a set piece into the danger area. Almost 20 minutes on the clock already. This one's flying by. No goals on the scoreline yet, but the intensity is at top level. The drama sure to join us. Cuisance has a go. Tests the goalkeeper Marco Hiller, but it wasn't quite swerving or dipping enough to give him too much trouble. Hiller plays it out towards Dennis Dressel. His long ball just drifts out of play. No way to find Sasha Mulders with that one. Sasha Mulders, of course, well known for his exploits just down the road in Bavaria at Augsburg in the Bundesliga. A dangerous Bundesliga striker for a few years, Sasha Mulders. Now playing at third league level, but getting results. I mentioned already, 7 assists and 5 goals. Not a bad record at all after 15 match days. Both of these sides have won 2 of their last 5 games. Inconsistent, patchy form at best for the two Munich sides. Both coming in off the back of a victory though. Munich, 1860 that is, have won 2 of their last games. Their last 2 games even. 1-0 away at Halle and 4-2 at home against Viktoria Köln. Sasha Mulders with a brace in that one against Viktoria Köln. Aaron Berzel, the other goal scorer. I mentioned that Stefan Lex had scored in 1860's last 2 victories. Sarpreet Singh with the 2 goals as FC Bayern 2 beat Magdeburg in their previous match. Singh decides to knock that one back over his own halfway line, and it's with Chris Richards now as Bayern come again. They've given the ball away there though, but Dennis Dressel's going the wrong way, and he's still going the wrong way, and he might play himself into trouble. Linesman signals for a free kick instead. Michael Cuisance not happy about it, but that's what it will be. 1860 play themselves away, just get out of the pressure. Marco Hiller not quite sure what to do with it. He's got time on the ball to decide though. He goes long with a right-footed goal kick. Steinhardt, and now Felix Weber at the back for 1860. Okiere Riet closing him down. Hiller once again looking for options further forward. Goes long again. Wasn't the best of balls, straight to Derek Kuhn, but he couldn't control it, and 1860 have a chance. The ball was won cleanly there, and it's through the legs by Christian Burnlein. The chance on the right for 1860. Good touch by Sasha Mulders. He's turned well on the edge of the box. And it's gone out left. Philipp Steinhardt wins the throw-in. Mulder's held up the play really well there to earn that for his side. Can they capitalise on a throw-in in an attacking position? Philipp Steinhardt forward again to Mulders, but Chris Richards is going to shield that one out of play really well. Paul Will. No pressure this time. The early intensity just starting to die down here, halfway through the first half. I'm sure that will pick back up. And could this be the moment to do so? It's Leon Diaku on the right. Michael Cuisance once more. Derek Kern running down the left and surely fouled there. Bibiana Steinhaus, she's pointed to the spot, has she? Well, Sebastian Hoeneß clenches his fist, punching the air. It was Marius Wilsch, and there is an argument to say that might have been outside the area. Kern did really well to change direction and go past him, and it's so hard to tell from this point of view. Right on the edge of the line. Bibiana Steinhaus just tripping over Derek Kern, who's still on the ground. Hard to tell what she's awarded, but from the furore of the 1860 players, you'd have to imagine that she signalled for a penalty. Bit of afters there, Dennis Erdmann and Paul Will. That's what happens in a heated derby like this one. Dennis Erdmann still not happy about the decision. It was certainly a foul, no doubt about that. And Kwasi Okiere-Riet, the number 10 for FC Bayern 2, looking for his 10th goal of the season, up against Marco Hiller. 1860 complaining that the ball's not on the spot properly. Riet, and he scores. Buries the penalty. 1-0 to FC Bayern 2. Jubilation in the away section. And look at what it means to those players. 26 minutes played here at the Grünwalder Stadion in Munich. And it's FC Bayern 2 who take the lead. It was a perfect penalty. The keeper went the right way, but Hiller couldn't get there. Riet put enough pace on it, enough power on it, and found the corner.
Wir dürfen die Fans der Gastmannschaft bitten, das Abbrennen von Feuerwerkskörpern einzustellen. Wiederhole, wir bitten die Fans der Gastmannschaft, das Abbrennen von Feuerwerkskörpern zu unterlassen.
How will 1860 react to that setback? They'll need to get back to business, and they'll need to get back to business quickly. You could see that they felt aggrieved. They thought that the foul by Marius Wilsch was outside the area. Bibiana Steinhaus disagreed. She pointed to the spot. But all that matters at the end of the day is that Kwasi Okiere-Riet got the job done, dispatched the penalty calmly, and FC Bayern 2 take the lead. Deyaku there, brought down by Philipp Steinhardt. So dangerous on that right wing for FC Bayern 2, Leon Deyaku. Paul Will. Michael Cuisance. The challenge just bounces off him, and Cuisance can find Riet in the box. He's through, and he pokes it home. Calls for offside, and the offside flag was up. Just as it looked like Riet had got his second goal in the space of 2 minutes. Just offside, closer than it might have appeared at first, but it looks like the right decision was reached. Cuisance had so much time to pick out that pass. Kwasi Okiere-Riet perhaps should have drifted back onside. His finish wasn't the most convincing, but it beat Marco Hiller and snuck inside the post. All for nothing in the end though, but still a great spell of pressure this from FC Bayern 2. Michael Cuisance again spreads the play out to Chris Richards. Deyaku gets there first instead, and it's given away there. Mulders knocked it past Feldhahn, played for it, won the free kick. Nicholas Feldhahn, Bayern captain, goes into the book. Mulders knew what he was doing there. He used his age and his experience to knock the ball past the similarly experienced Nicholas Feldhahn. In the end, it might have worked out better had an advantage been played for 1860. Ball forward from 1860, but it's just Feldhahn who's there. Well, you can see what that does to the table. FC Bayern 2 all the way up in 6th position if things stay as they are. They go into this game in 13th, and that's a signal of just how close the third league is. Deyaku with a ball across the box, headed away well, but the Bayern fans in red behind the goal cheering their team forward at the moment. They've started to dominate in the last 10 minutes. That man, Sebastian Hoeneß, will be a happy man. It's Cuisance who's lining up this corner kick. Whips it in with his left. Headed away from right in front of the goalkeeper. Sarpreet Singh brings the ball down, and it's back on the right, with Cuisance. Sarpreet Singh on his left foot. Just overruns it. Back to Cuisance. Lofts that one forward, and not high enough. It's with Paul Will though. That's a nice ball into Sarpreet Singh. Will he shoot? Turns instead, turns back. Ball across the box. Dangerous. No choice for Felix Weber. The captain has to play the safe option and put that one out of play. Sarpreet Singh, this time with the corner on the Bayern Munich right. Another left-footed corner in at the front post, and Marco Hiller had to be alert to keep that one out. Singh with a second ball in, and it's headed on. Chris Richards, I think it was, who got up for that one. He had space and time, and Marco Hiller was in the right position. A few chances now, that makes it for Bayern Munich to increase their lead. Still just 1-0. 1860 rocking a bit at the moment. They could do with a sustained spell of pressure at this end of the field. Burnlein doing his best to make that happen. Stefan Lex as well. Didn't win the throw-in. Here's that chance again for Chris Richards. Got up really well. Marco Hiller. Slightly fortunate that the ball stayed within his reach. 1860 now, lofting one forward. Nobody there though. Derek Kern can bring it away. We've already seen what damage he can do on that left-hand side for FC Bayern 2. He turned Marius Wilsch inside out before winning the penalty, which has put FC Bayern in the lead. And he spreads the ball nicely across to the right as well. Picks out Cuisance with an accurate long ball. But Cuisance might have lost this one. Tough tackling. Dennis Dressel. Cuisance not too happy about the free kick being given. Well, listen to the jeers from the home fans here. Cuisance wouldn't leave that free kick alone. Bibiana Steinhaus ensures that he does so in the end. I'm not quite sure he's still the regulation distance away. But Steinhardt will go long anyway with his left foot. It's flicked on. Nice touch there. But Leon Deyaku picks up the ball for Bayern. And 1860 cannot capitalise. Weber all the way back to Dennis Erdmann. And Marco Hiller now. Just over 10 minutes remaining in this first half. The home side really needs to switch things up now if they're to get back into things in the first period. Nicholas Feldhahn just clipped. Wasn't too much in it. Bit of a shouting match between the two players. Here's another look at the foul. Sascha Mulder's just clipping the foot of the FC Bayern captain. Deyaku, amazing footwork again from Deyaku. We've seen so much of that already from him in this game. He's won the free kick there. Just clipped late from behind.
Die Sitzberger informiert. Gelbe Karte für
60 Minuten in der 36. Spielminute gegen die 17 Daniel Wein.
Daniel Vine into the book as well. Bibiana Steinhaus could probably have more names in the book at this point of the game. You get into dangerous territory in a fiery derby like this though. Too many cards early on in the game. Can go one of two ways. The game either descends into chaos with bookings and red cards everywhere, or you allow the players to continue making reckless challenges. I think Bibiana Steinhaus has played it just about right for this one. Foul there given against Tim Rieder. Felt that his shirt was being tugged. He was certainly doing some shirt tugging of his own. Onokiere Reed. If you're just joining us, it was Kwasi Okiere Reed who put FC Bayern 2 in the lead. Chris Richards coming across to intercept that one quickly, and that's given Bayern a chance to break down the left. Sarpreet Singh advancing on the ball as he does, taking a shot. Marco Hiller wasn't sure, had to dive to his right hand side, and the way that ball hit the stanchion, it looked for a split second as if Sarpreet Singh had scored with a wonderful goal. The fans weren't convinced though. You can see it always drifting away. Not a bad effort. Just a glimpse of the danger that young man Sarpreet Singh can pose. Took his 2 goals really well in the last game. (1860) really struggling to create much in the final third at the moment. Bayern starting to look by far the more comfortable of the two sides. Plenty of free kicks going against 1860 as well. You can see the look of bemusement on the face of Daniel Vine. But this is really helping Bayern at the moment. 1860 not able to build up any kind of momentum. Being pinged for little niggling free kicks all over the field at the moment. Richards forward, it's too far. The header from Philipp Steinhardt just running out of play though, and that gives Richards a chance again. Cuisance coming in, jogging away. Leon Dayaku an option too. It does go to Cuisance in the end. Bayern will be happy with that. Straight off for another throw-in. It's getting a bit scrappy down in that midfield. Some tough tackles in there too. Mulders attempts to out-sprint Nicholas Feldhahn. And that's just the latest in a long line of physical confrontations between those two. And this time Mulders goes into the book. Little chance of him winning the ball. Might be fair to say that he knew that. There's been a rivalry bubbling up between those two all afternoon. A couple of players treading a bit of a fine line now.
Die Sitzberger informiert. Gelbe Karte für
München die 40. Spielminute gegen den neuen Sascha Bölders.
You just saw a shot of Michael Kölner there on the sideline for 1860. He's got 5 more minutes to think about his team talk in his new role as 1860 coach. Plenty to talk about as well. Mulders offside. 1860 just getting the feeling that everything's going against them at the moment. Advantage played again. Another foul coming in from 1860, but Marius Vilsch gets onto the ball, puts it out for a throw-in. Bayern in no desperate rush to take it as the clock ticks down at the end of this first half. They'll certainly be the happier of the two sides, leading on the scoreboard and starting to dominate out on the playing field as well, just in terms of possession and creating attacks. Far more action at this end of the field in the previous 20 or so minutes. Surrounded by blue and white shirts. 1860 get this one away, and here's Mulders with a bit of a chance to run. It's against Feldhahn. Gets it through the legs, but Chris Richards does well to come back. Mulders still wins the ball though. That's the intensity that 1860 need. What do they have out of it? Dennis Dressel wins a throw-in and nothing else. Philipp Steinhardt over to take it. All those fans behind the goal. Just look at what this game means to them. Can 1860 give those fans something to shout about before the interval? Dayaku. Clever play to buy himself a half a yard. It's enough to get the ball away, but it is an 1860 throw-in. And they go all the way back. Dennis Erdmann goes forward with his right foot. That's a good ball. Great pass. Nice idea. Christian Böhnlein was in space in the centre. It would have been quite something if the pass had made it to Böhnlein. Good thinking from 1860. It didn't quite come off, but just a sign of life now, perhaps, for the home team. Felix Weber takes the free kick in towards Mulders. He's held up play well today. His pass not accurate enough, though, to find a teammate. Dayaku dispossessed. Steinhardt lofts it forward. Didn't quite have enough incision to get in behind the Bayern defence that time. The ball stayed in a comfortable place for the back line. Richards forward to Timo Kern. Now foul by Felix Weber on Sarpreet Singh. Knew what he was doing there, Felix Weber. Paul Will, the number 6. Loof. Marco Hiller taking the free kick. Into the last 30 seconds of the first half here. Cuisance dispossessed. Here's another chance now. Sascha Mulders once again up against Nicolas Feldhahn. Feldhahn does well to resist the pressure from Sascha Mulders. And as we've seen so often this afternoon, any hint of momentum for 1860 just broken down by the whistle from Bibiana Steinhaus. Just need a little more discipline, the home team. Giving away too many free kicks. Just the 1 minute of extra time being played. Not long left. Nobody there for 1860. It's Nicolas Feldhahn once more, marshalling the defence well today for FC Bayern 2. Timo Kern there, the man fouled this time. Daniel Vine's already in the book. Bibiana Steinhaus thinking about it. Well, at first glance, there didn't look to be too much in that. Steinhaus having a long talk with the 1860 players. Timo Kern still down holding his foot. Well, it was a little unfortunate, in fairness to Daniel Vine. He won the ball and it was just his foot coming down against Timo Kern. Well, unsurprisingly, the crowd not delighted with what's gone on in this first period. You'd think this would be the last attack of the first half as well. Derek Kern once again running at Marius Wilsch, just as he did earlier to win the penalty that has put FC Bayern 2 in the lead. And that's the half-time whistle from Bibiana Steinhaus. Sebastian Hoeneß and his FC Bayern 2 side lead thanks to that man there, Kwasi Okiere-Riet. He dispatched the penalty. Marius Wilsch, the man penalised for 1860 Munich for a foul on Derek Kern after some neat play on the left-hand side. Was the foul in the area or was it outside? That's the discussion point at half-time. But in the end, It's all academic because Ried has given FC Bayern 2 the lead, and those 1860 Munich fans are not too happy at half-time.
Oliver, ja, die Einschätzung von Durchgang 1, 0-1 der Rückstand, aber wo müsst ihr jetzt vielleicht in der Kabine noch drüber reden?
Ja, am Anfang sind wir gut reingekommen, fand ich. Wir haben sie in guten Situationen gepresst, dann zu wenig daraus gemacht, dann wurden wir zu passiv. Und ich denke, Gegentor sieht jeder, es geht ins Tackling, weil er außerhalb vom 16er ist. Und, ich glaube, er war drauf. Nein, er war außerhalb. Ich habe es gerade noch mal angeguckt. Wir haben Knie in Heimschiedsrichter und ich will mich nicht darauf einschießen, aber er geht auch nur ins Tackling, weil er weiß, der Zweikampf ist außerhalb vom 16er.
Mal nur nicht auf die Situation geschaut. Wie viel Derby ist das für Sie, was Sie gesehen haben?
Ja, geht noch mehr, sage ich. Wir müssen wieder aktiver werden, sonst darf man uns nicht nur in Zweikämpfe verstricken, sondern muss dem Spiel treu bleiben und die Marschroute, was wir ausgegeben haben, weiter auf dem Platz umsetzen.
Danke, Oliver. Dankeschön. So, und dann diskutieren wir das Ganze noch mal ganz kurz mit Rudi Bommer. Rudi, eine kurze Einschätzung auch von deiner Seite. Er hat sich jetzt da sehr auf diese Szene eingeschossen. Die gucken wir uns auch gleich in Gänze an in der Halbzeitanalyse. Aber zunächst mal vielleicht von dir der Eindruck, wer hat vielleicht mehr von diesem Spiel und warum?
Also erstmal ist es für mich heute ein richtig gutes Spiel, auch von Trainersicht her. Es sind zwei verschiedene Arten, wie man Fußball spielen kann. Bayern hat für mich mehr vom Spiel. Sie sind mehr im Ballbesitz. 60 steht tief und da auch sehr eng. Also es ist schwierig gewesen, zuerst mal durchzukommen. Aber die ersten 10, 15 Minuten hat 60 gute Chancen gehabt, wo sie nicht genutzt haben. Und dann kommt ja eine Situation, da ärgert man sich natürlich auch als Trainer drüber.
Danke erstmal bisher. Ich habe es gesagt, wir werden das aufarbeiten und natürlich vor allem auf die entscheidende Szene von Durchgang 1 gucken. Das ist das Foul und der dazugehörige Elfmeter. Aber wenn Sie das noch nicht wissen, liebe Zuschauer, dann jetzt mal reinschauen. Es gibt so viel Sport hier bei Magenta Sport und deshalb gucken wir jetzt mal auf unsere Moments und dann wird analysiert in der Halbzeitpause.
Die dritte Liga live bei Magenta Sport. Präsentiert von bwin.
Also ich glaube, da kommt nicht mehr viel, zumindest nicht mehr genug von Rasterfechter.
Ah, schön gesehen. Lesio! Ja. Lesio! Oh! Lukas Lesio! Das gibt's ja gar nicht.
Ja, herzlich willkommen in der D.
Herkenhoff für 3. Herkenhoff mit 3. Wahnsinn! Fast 20 Punkte Rückstand. Schon wieder wettgemacht.
Jawohl, da stehe ich schon wieder. Ja, jubeln sie alle. Ja, das waren noch Zeiten. Ja, das war schon eine schöne Zeit. Ja, da war ich noch jung. Ne?
Bewegt dich Vesturia von ganz weit draußen gegen Everton zum Ausgleich.
Come here, like this, do this. This is why you are here. We stay like cement.
Jetzt gab es die Ansage vom Stadionsprecher, schmeißt alles rein, was er könnte, aber das war mehr in Richtung Mannschaft gerichtet und das Publikum hat es wirklich 1:1 genommen.
Und sie holt sich den Rebound, das war's! Das war's! Rasterfechter gewinnt dieses Spiel! Unfassbar!
Dafür sind die Fans, wie gesagt, heute auf die Straße gegangen, haben sich am Rathausplatz getroffen und haben ihr Statement losgeworden. Krefeld muss bleiben.
Es gibt ja auch einen Heimkehrer, Patrick Heckmann wird heute hier gegen euch spielen. Hat man sich da irgendwas ausgedacht? Also du persönlich vielleicht, so einen kleinen Spruch mittendrin oder irgendeine Geschichte, die man ihm so ans Bein bindet? Wer kommt zurück? Danke.
Hey, this way. This way. Rechts. Ich bin breit genug.
Ja.
Hey, kannst du mir enger machen? Hey. So? Taller? Ja, genau. Ja, so.
Sei live dabei in der Fußball-Königsklasse und gewinne mit Magenta Sport 2 VIP-Tickets für das Spiel des FC Bayern München gegen Tottenham Hotspur am 11.12. in München, inklusive je einer Übernachtung. Rufe an unter 01379 40 20 20 oder schicke eine SMS an 40400 mit dem Kennwort Magenta. Viel Erfolg!
Deinem Club schwörst du ewige Treue, aber bestimmt nicht deiner Wette. Mit dem BWin-Feature Wette bearbeiten kannst du bereits abgeschlossene Wetten verändern. Einfach Tipps hinzufügen oder löschen und deinen Einsatz anpassen. BWin, das ist unser Spiel.
Faire Kredite sind unsere Stärke. Basketball ist unsere Leidenschaft. Die Easy Credit Basketball Bundesliga wird präsentiert von Easy Credit. Einfach fair.
Guten Abend, Madame. Furchtbare Nacht.
Nur Elektrizität. Nichts, wovor man sich fürchten müsste.
Hallo, ich bin Frederik Lau und das ist Magenta TV. Da gibt's die Megathek. Die ist jetzt noch fetter geworden. Exklusive Inhalte von Serien und Shows. ARD und ZDF die ganzen 40 Jahre. Und bei Magenta TV ist die Megathek immer dabei.
Nee. Das machen wir besser. Du bist nicht Magenta TV. Vielen Dank. Der könnte das alleine tragen.
Dann sind wir weg vom Fenster.
Dann können wir echt dicht machen.
Magenta TV. Einfach eins für alles. Fernsehen, Serien und Filme in der Megathek sowie Streamingdienste.
Das erste Derby in Liga 3, Rot gegen Blau, und momentan jubelt Rot mit der 1:0-Führung nach dem Treffer von Oci Vried. Aber 45 Minuten mindestens, vielleicht auch ein bisschen was on top, sind noch zu gehen. Aber wir werden das Ganze, was geschehen ist, jetzt erstmal mit Rudi Bommer, unserem Experten, heute analysieren, liebe Zuschauer. Rudi, welchen Charakter oder welche Bezeichnung würdest du dem Spiel vielleicht bisher geben? Wir haben so viel darüber gesprochen, was da drin steckt, natürlich vor allem von dieser emotionellen Seite.
Ja, das ist ein richtiges Derby. Also es geht schon auf dem Platz zur Sache. Es sind schon so Nicklichkeiten dabei auf dem Platz, wo auch unterbrochen werden muss. Ja, sonst gibt es einfach Probleme in verschiedene Richtungen, dann, wo der Schiedsrichter dann drunter leidet. Ja, aber es ist in blauer Hand hier und die Roten haben eine Möglichkeit gehabt, die haben sie genutzt und die Blauen eben nicht so.
Ja, und auf die Chance, die gucken wir uns an. Es war dann letztlich eine Chance, die, sagen wir mal, unfair gekillt wurde, nämlich für das Foul zum Elfmeter. Da gucken wir jetzt aber noch mal drauf. Olli Bär, der Co-Trainer der Löwen, meinte ja gerade, ja Mensch, komm, das war außerhalb. Das Foul von Wilsch gegen Köhn. Da sieht man es natürlich jetzt noch nicht dramatisch gut. Michael Kölner, der neue Löwencoach, weiß da schon, was kommen wird. Jetzt, glaube ich, für uns, Rudi, die Möglichkeit, da am besten drauf zu schauen. Hier kommt's, da ist der Kontakt.
Ist trotzdem schwierig zu sagen, kann man
gehen. Nochmal
geben.
Zurück
Ja.
Und kommt jetzt nochmal vor.
Also für mich war es außerhalb.
Ich würde jetzt
so
auch eher sagen, es ist, also
Ja.
der Ball ist
Aber
auf der Linie, aber der Spieler, glaube ich, sprich Köhn, ist noch vielleicht einen Schritt davor.
So ist es. So ist es.
Also vielleicht hat Olli Bär sogar recht, sehr schwer
Genau.
zu sehen. Also vielleicht auch nicht 100% aufzuklären, oder?
Aber schon der Spieler muss bestraft werden, weil der Bayern-Spieler geht an die Außenlinie. Und da mache ich keine Grätsche mehr. Ich laufe mit, ich gehe mit in die Geschwindigkeit. Ja, dass er da grätscht, ist fahrlässig, ja, einen Elfmeter dann auch gegen sich zu bekommen.
Aber wie wir gesehen haben, gar nicht so einfach für Bibiana Steinhaus, da die richtige Entscheidung zu treffen. Also vielleicht war es dann doch diese 2-3 Zentimeter
Wir haben ja
außerhalb.
jetzt auch nicht mehr diese Fernsehbilder wie weiter oben, ja, in der zweiten oder in der ersten Liga.
Was? Wir haben ja super Bilder, Rudi.
Ja, jetzt hier, aber so für den, ich meine jetzt für den Schiedsrichter,
Ja.
wo dann
macht mal eben so.
der Schiedsrichter rausgehen kann und kann noch mal nachschauen, das meine ich damit.
Ja, also Köln können wir jetzt nicht rufen, da hast
Nein,
du absolut
so
recht. Wir rufen aber natürlich die Szene zum Tor ab. Das ist der ausgeführte Elfmeter von Oci Vried, 26. Minute. Ja, und dann geht der Hehler in die richtige Ecke, aber zu stramm.
Ja,
also
da kann man nichts machen. Das ist ein Linksfuß, die haben hier einen guten Schuss, also da kann man nichts machen. Gut geschossen.
Und Martin hat auch gesagt im Kommentar, guck mal, wie die abgehen beim Jubel. Da siehst du auch die Auswechselspieler. Völlige Ekstase. Merkt man das so ein bisschen, die Bewertung, die Wichtigkeit
das ist Derby. Das gehört dazu. Auch noch von den eigenen Zuschauern dann das Tor zu machen unten. Ja? Aber trotzdem insgesamt ist mir 60 ein bisschen zu ruhig, weil das Stadion ist in 60er Hand. Also müsste ein bisschen mehr kommen auch von draußen.
Ja, ich wollte gerade sagen, Fairness ist ja eigentlich okay. Ja. 3 gelbe Karten, also noch nichts Dramatisches passiert. Wenn wir aber auf die blaue Seite schauen, damit auch auf den neuen Coach, sein erstes Spiel heute, Michael Kölner als Löwencoach. Wie, sagen wir mal, muss er jetzt coachen, wenn er in der Kabine ist, am Rand? Er hat immer wieder auch angefeuert, wie wir sehen, versucht hier und da mal seine Jungs auch wieder sozusagen ins richtige System zu bringen. Aber jetzt in der Kabine, wie wichtig ist die erste große Ansprache von so einem neuen Trainer, um deine Jungs zu kriegen?
Ja, die ist schon wichtig, aber auch mit Ruhe. Ja, weil sie machen das ja gut auf dem Platz. Sie haben eine Situation gehabt, wo man drüber streiten kann, ob es Elfmeter ist oder nicht. Aber sie stehen sehr eng und sehr gestaffelt, wo es schwierig ist für Bayern auch durchzukommen. Aber wiederum haben sie auch Räume, das hat man ja gesehen, die ersten 10, 15 Minuten, wo sie rein können.
Ja, Lex über Mölders ging da
ganz genau,
mal was. Ja.
Ganz genau. Und da müssen sie wieder hinkommen. Das ist, denke ich mal, der Ansatzpunkt, was der Trainer dann eben in der Halbzeit dann wieder mitgibt.
Obwohl es am Schluss dann auch so war, wie ich fand, dass sie oft auch mit einem etwas längeren Ball Sascha Mölders gesucht haben. Ja. Und der natürlich dann immer im 1 gegen 1, ist jetzt auch nicht der Dribbelstärkste, er sucht ja dann eher schnell auch mal den Abschluss, dann oft auch an seinem Lieblingsgegner heute, an Nico Feldern, hängen geblieben ist.
Das ist ein guter Zweikampf, aber das ist die Ansprache, was der Trainer hat, weil wenn Sascha dann bedient wird vorne, es kommt kaum noch einer mit. Ja, 1,5 Leute, das reicht eben dann nicht, um letztendlich dann auch ein Tor zu erzielen.
So, dann müssen wir noch ein Ergebnis einordnen, während wir hier das 1-0 vernehmen für den FC Bayern 2. Und natürlich gab es am Sonntag heute auch schon ein Spiel. Der Hinweis, der erste FC Kaiserslautern hat gewonnen mit 2:0 gegen Hansa Rostock durch die Tore von Kühlwetter und Pick. Und da muss man natürlich auch sagen, falls Sie da die Highlights sehen möchten, natürlich gerne auch bei uns auf der Plattform bei Magenta Sport. Gibt es alles rund um diese 3. Liga, wie jedes Spiel live und noch viel mehr. Das hier bitte.
Die Magenta Sport Highlights der Woche. Die Telekom Baskets gegen Alba unter Zugzwang. Bonn gegen Berlin. First Row Live. Wolfsburg gegen Mannheim mit den Cable Guys. Alle Spiele, alle Tore. Die DEL-Konferenz live. Die Torfabrik der Liga zu Gast beim HFC. Halle gegen Duisburg und alle Spiele in der Konferenz. 2 Teams auf Augenhöhe. Courtside Live mit Oldenburg gegen Bamberg. Die Highlights der Woche bei Magenta Sport.
Ja. So, direkt der fliegende Wechsel. Wir wollen bei Dirk Teschke noch nachhören rund um den FC Bayern. Was,
David Crescido.
So, Entschuldigung, ja, David. Was müssen wir machen?
Im Prinzip genauso weiterspielen.
Weil?
Es okay lief. Wir wollen aber noch zielstrebiger, noch schneller nach vorne spielen. Wir wollen hinter die Kette. Das ist die Anpassung, die wir haben wollen.
Das hört sich jetzt erstmal so an, als wenn ihr mit sehr viel zufrieden wart.
Nee, abgerechnet wird am Ende des Spiels. Wir haben denen nur gesagt, was die To-Dos sind, was wir von der Mannschaft sehen wollen. Aber zufrieden sind wir erst nach dem Spiel.
David, natürlich zum Schluss auch, wenn man das so sieht von der Bank hier aus, wie viel Derby steckt da drin, wenn man drauf schaut?
Viel. Ich kenne hier viele Münchner, die brennen unheimlich. Unser zweiter Co-Trainer mit mir zusammen, Dirk Teschke, kommt aus der Region, der kennt die Derby schon seitdem er klein ist. Das merkt man, das spürt man und das ist ein schönes Gefühl.
Ja, dann Grüße an Dirk, mit dem ich gerade ein Interview machen wollte. Ne? Aber wir haben ja auch schon öfter mal eins gemacht, David. Dankeschön. Und dann geht es jetzt hoch zu Martin Piller. Zweite Halbzeit bitte.
Die 3. Liga live bei Magenta Sport. Präsentiert von bwin.
Meine Damen und Herren, die zweite Halbzeit wird präsentiert von München.de. Beide Mannschaften unverändert.
A very warm welcome back to the Grünwalder Stadion in Munich. The atmosphere inside the ground is hot, and the 1860 fans have been unhappy so far. They're trailing Bayern Munich 2 by 1-0. Kwasi Okere-Riet with his 10th goal of the season in the first half to put Bayern in the lead. Have they got more left in the tank in this second half? Can we see a comeback to keep the home fans happy? You can see the away fans there. This one means a lot to them as well. The pride of Munich at stake in today's game. Apologies for the technical problems we had. Just 1 or 2 gremlins in the first half. But you're back on the international feed with me, Tom Midler, live and uninterrupted for the second half of this Matchday 16 game in the 3rd division. Good running forward from 1860. Marius Wilsch down on the right hand side for the home side. Goes back. The ball's whipped in. There's a chance there. It has to be tipped over the bar. Sascha Mulders in the end. He made the contact. Well, that's better than anything that 1860 created in the first 45. Daniel Vine. The header just glanced off the top of Chris Richards' head, and Sascha Mulders deflected it goalwards. Christian Früchtel had to be alert to that one, just to tip it over the bar. A great start for the hosts, and they have a corner kick. Can they make anything from this? It's driven in towards the penalty spot. Nicholas Feldhahn gets it away though. Lars Lucas Mai covering, but he's been beaten well there, and there's a chance to deliver the ball in. Chris Richards this time playing it away. 1860 still have it. Good play. Dennis Dressel out on the left once more. Another high ball in. There's a chance, and it's off the bar and back off the goalkeeper. Well, how close can you get? Dennis Erdmann. He can't believe it. He lies face down on the turf after that one. So close to scoring. Even the rebound wouldn't quite go in. Well, 1860 Munich have surely come out of the blocks, firing on all cylinders in this second half. That's twice now they've come closer than they ever did in the first 45. Hitting the bar twice inside the first 3 minutes of the second period. Is that a sign for what's to come? In the first half, they started the game with a high tempo, high intensity, putting plenty of pressure on Bayern. But they rather ran out of steam as the half progressed. They looked a bit lacking in ideas. They need to make sure that doesn't happen again this time. Richards with the sun in his eyes. Looking for an option to throw it to. Good turn from Marius Wilsch. Just going left and right, spreading the ball out to Daniel Vine. And now Stefan Lex. Another cross in. The clearance is missed, there's a chance here. Shot comes in from Philipp Steinhardt, deflected. The left back letting one go with his left foot. Once the clearance was fluffed, it looked for a second as though Steinhardt would have a shot at goal. In the end, the block came in just in time. Another corner though for the home team, in front of the away fans. Delivered low with the left foot towards Sascha Mulders. Nicholas Feldhahn gets there in front of him. Rather a microcosm of the first half, that. Surely a foul there on Leon Deaku. Could have carried on, but he pulled up. Played for the free kick instead. Lex, the player, penalised. Bayern have a chance to relieve the heavy pressure. They've been under the cosh in the first 5 minutes of this second period. Encouraging signs from Michael Kölner. and his 1860 side. Palville goes short. Lars Lucas Mai now goes past Stefan Lex, who's penalised once again. Well, the foul count creeping up and up for 1860. It didn't do them any favours in the first 45. Lars Lucas Mai passes one forward towards the attacking midfield place. And it's Michael Cuisance who comes backwards over his own halfway line and all the way back now to Christian Früchtl. Good header from captain Felix Weber. That's good play from Vine. Mulders trying to hold the ball up as he did in the first half. Options. He had options left and right. Went for a speculative ball over through the middle. It was too much to ask for any of his teammates. Mulders the target man in the first half as well for 1860. Put pressure on at times. The home team could never capitalise on it. Good movement forward here. Sarpreet Singh offside, but Timo Kern had done well to burst forward and open up that opportunity for a direct through ball. Chance now, the shot comes in, Mulders. And Früchtl once again saves from Mulders at the start of this second half. 3 gilt-edged chances now for the home team to equalise, and yet still they remain scoreless. Stefan Lex just asking too much of his teammates, but here's that chance again. Lex challenged Chris Richards. The ball just bobbled around the edge of the area, and out of nothing, suddenly Mulders had a shot on, played it low, didn't get enough of an angle on it, didn't find the corner, much to the relief of the Bayern goalkeeper, Christian Früchtl. And Sarpreet Singh's won a free kick. Down by the line there. A penny for his thoughts, Michael Kölner. He must be encouraged with what 1860 have shown so far, though, in the 8.5 minutes we've played in the second half. They only trail by 1. In truth, it could have been more. Reek did have a goal in the first half, disallowed just after his actual goal. He scored the penalty, and then just 2 minutes later, Reek was steering the ball home past Marco Hiller once again. Narrowly offside though at that point. So 1860 is still in touch. That's a nice touch from Marius Wilsch. A low cross comes into the danger area and it's away. Another corner ball for 1860. Lars Lucas May having to put that one behind. Impressive opening 10 minutes. It will be Daniel Vine. The ball comes over, it was headed on at the front post by a red shirt. And it's cleared away up towards Sarpreet Singh. Marius Wilsch turns left, turns right. Singh had him covered and is back with Marco Hiller. Feldhahn with the header. Not really to anyone in particular, just up and not particularly far away either. High foot there from Palville, was it? Dennis Dressel, the player who won the free kick. Palville just going up too high. Put his hands up straight away in apology. Well, Dressel looked really dangerous in the first 10 or 15 minutes of this game. Not so much has happened for him since then. But the ball's floated in too far away from Sascha Mölders. It was always going to run past him. The veteran striker not able to get anything on it. And that's a wasted opportunity for 1860. They need to capitalise on these set pieces when they get them. But they've put pressure on there, and the ball's given away. Here's Mölders again, up against Lars Lucas Mai. Referee doesn't give anything though. Dennis Dressel's won the ball back. He's up against Chris Richards. There's an overlap on. Just a throw in. Philipp Steinhardt couldn't find the ball in space on the overlap. He'll take the throw in instead. In towards Christian Böhnlein. And out once again. That running battle between Nicholas Feldhahn and Sascha Mölders looks set to go on and on today. Mölders is in the book, so is Feldhahn. Both players seeming to come up against each other time and time again this afternoon. Good movement there though. The low ball in, it's hard. It's held by Früchtl just before it went out over the line. Derek Kuhn, the man who won the penalty in the first 45. Sarpreet Singh tried to come back and keep the ball in play. Linesman says it had already gone. Derek Kuhn to take the throw in. No free kick given. Well, there is now. Bibiana Steinhaus just bringing it back. It was a late call, and that's angered the home side again. They need to keep their composure and they need to keep their focus here, because they've done well at the start of this second period. Kuhn, a left-footed ball in towards Kwasi Okiere-Reet. Sarpreet Singh brings it down though. Marius Wilsch receiving the ball under pressure when he probably didn't want it, but he's done really well, Wilsch, to get out of there, and he's surely won the free kick against Timo Kern. And Kern might find himself in the book now after 57 minutes. He does indeed. The right back Marius Wilsch did so well to break forward from the position that he received the ball in. Just chopped down there as the space looked to open up for 1860. It's a long searching ball forward, and it could be just the right ball. Offside given. 1860 were looking for a penalty appeal. Dennis Erdmann in there. The ball was played much deeper than most expected. The defence and the attacking line running forward for it. Handball was it perhaps against Erdmann. He's saying that Kwasi Reet was the guy who handballed it. It's not gone the way of 1860 though. And the Bayern 2 goalkeeper Christian Früchtl looks to have picked up a hand injury in there somewhere too. What happened here, I wonder? Well, it looked fairly innocuous. If it happened at that moment, we didn't see anything that looked to have been the cause. Just getting his wrist taped up. Well, you can see how much space there was in behind. Bayern playing a really high line from the free kick. Offside it was given in the end against the home team. Früchtl's back. He's got his glove on. And he looks set to continue. He won't have to go off the field of play to have his injury tended to. As the goalkeeper, he's allowed to continue straight away, and he might be needed straight away, as here come 1860. Mulders drives the ball wildly over the bar, punches the ground in frustration. Sasha Mulders, he might not get much more space than that today. Had a teammate in the box as well. It would have been a testing pass to find his teammate, but instead he wasn't able to test Früchtel either. Riet holds the ball up well now for Bayern 2. Finds Derek Kern on the left. Good challenge on Kern, but he's still got the ball. Surely a foul. Stefan Lex just clipping the legs as he comes in there. Kern staying down. Well, we're over the hour mark. It was clear that 1860 needed to do more if they were to get themselves back into the running in this game. They have done that. Now they need to reap the rewards for their level of performance in this second half if they're to take a point or more. Cuisance rides the challenge. Paul Will. Nice idea. Searching for Leon Deyaku. So dangerous in the first half, Deyaku. A live wire every time he was on the ball. He's really been restricted in this second half, though. Are Bayern able to conserve some energy in this phase and perhaps dominate proceedings later on if the home team start to tire? Mulders calling for support. Nothing there though, and Chris Richards has time to play it away down the right hand side. The ball's not accurate enough though. The home crowd appealing for a handball. Nicholas Feldhahn up against Stefan Lex this time, and not up against Mulders. Feldhahn wins the throw-in for his side. Good run forward now. It's Marius Wilsch on the ball, bursting into the area. He's got a man behind him, goes to the back heel, miscues it. But Tim Reeder's still there with him. Gets one into the box, blocked well. But it's back to Wilsch. He's got Reeder behind him once again. He uses him once again. 1860 have the throw in. Sarpreet Singh in there, doing the defending. Lofted ball. No danger though, just lands on the roof of the net. Well, I'd expect there's half an hour or so to play in this third division clash. The Munich derby. You can see what's at stake just by looking around the stadium. A packed house today at the Grünwalder Stadion in Munich. Both teams desperate for the local bragging rights. If you're joining us here on the international feed around the world, we certainly hope you're enjoying this Dritte Liga action, the third division of German football. It might not be the top tier, but there are some great rivalries and some top quality players on display. Plenty of entertainment on offer here this afternoon in Munich. And here comes Derek Kern. Michael Cuisance now, the man prized from Borussia Mönchengladbach for more than €10 million. Timo Kern, midfield pivotal role for Bayern 2. And Derek Kern now, the player who earned the penalty. And Quasi Riet, lovely footwork from Riet. Plays one across the box. That's the first sniff of danger that Bayern 2 have created in the second period. Dennis Erdmann doing his job in front of his own goal to get the ball away to safety for now. Quasi Riet trying the footwork again. Derek Kern this time with the throw-in. Down by the penalty area. Sarpreet Singh on the outside of the area. Will he take a shot? Goes for the through ball instead. Dayaku was lurking dangerously. Well, surely a foul there. Hard to say who it was by. Both players competing heavily for the ball. Kwasi Riet offering a hand to Dennis Erdmann. And it was Erdmann who made the first contact, and Riet potentially the man getting in the way. Looked like an honest enough incident to me, but it's Marco Hiller who has the chance to get the ball away and relieve a bit of pressure for 1860. And they need to create some of their own. And they won't if Marco Hiller's balls keep finding the head of Bayern players. He needs to be a bit more accurate with his distribution, especially when 1860 go long. Marco Hiller has only been able to find red shirts today. Here he is with another chance. Does find a teammate this time. Good turn from Dennis Dressel. Viviana Steinhaus points to the sidelines. Prince Osei Owusu will be the man coming on. Christian Böhnlein, the player taken off. The first change of the day coming in the 67th minute of play. Is there time for Prince Owusu to make an impact in the game? 1860 have it in a dangerous place. The ball to the back post, there's a chance here. It's parried away and it's fired home. 1860 have the leveller. The home side celebrate. I wondered whether the change could have an impact, and there is an immediate impact. Prince Owusu wasn't directly involved, but just seconds after he came on, the home side have levelled things up. It had been coming in the second half. Dennis Dressel fired the ball home at the second attempt. The long ball forward from Weber at the back. Stefan Lex received it in the box in acres of space, chipped the high ball to the back post. Another good save from Früchtl, but this time Früchtl didn't have the luck that he's had in previous 1860 chances in this second half. This time the ball fell straight back to Dennis Dressel to lash it home.
Der neue Spielstand 60 München. Gäste, danke. Einmal
How does that alter the game? Heading towards the 70th minute. Sarpreet Singh bursting forward with the ball, as he so often does. This time he just ran out of space, and it will be an 1860 free kick. Marius Wilsch forward. Daniel Vine with 3 Bayern shirts around him. He got out of trouble there and earned the free kick for himself. Good job from Daniel Vine. It looks like Stefan Lex is down. What happened to him there? Well, he looked to be bursting into space. He was body checked by Timo Kern. That's a dangerous clearance from Dayaku, and it will be a corner ball to 1860. They can continue this good spell of pressure that they've had in the second half. The referee just having a word with Christian Früchtl. Tried to hold on to the ball for as long as he possibly could. Sascha Mulders up against Chris Richards this time. Experience against youth. The ball is going to be whipped in with the left foot. It's high towards the middle again. Dennis Erdmann was there for 1860, but the red shirts got it away first. Well, that's a nasty collision there between Dayaku and the sponsorship boards. Tough challenge from Tim Reeder. And there's not what you want to see. The hoardings ever so close to the side of the pitch there. Reeder was just coming across, and the momentum of his challenge took Dayaku straight over into the boards. Bound to be a painful one for Leon Dayaku. Good to see him back up on his feet. A long ball forward this time for Bayern 2, and it's found Sarpreet Singh, and he's brought it down excellently. Played the through ball in to Kwasi Reet. A really nice attack. Marco Hiller had to do well to get down at the feet of Okiere Elite and keep that one out of danger. That shows you what Bayern 2 can create. That came right from the back. It was Sarpreet Singh with a lovely touch to not only control the high long ball but also take out half the 1860 defence with it. Really nice football from Bayern 2. That's a sign of what can happen if you switch off against this team. But 1860 will be buoyed by that leveller. So long they've been behind in this game. So many times it looked like it might not be their day. They've hit the crossbar a couple of times. Had a bit of bad luck going forward. But we're back at level pegging with 20 or so minutes left in the game. Sets up a thrilling conclusion to this game. Well, if the second half efforts of the 1860 players hadn't got the crowd rocking, the goal certainly has. The Bayern fans just looking a little subdued over behind the goal there. The ball back to Früchtel. He hasn't controlled it well either, and he's under pressure. He did well not to concede a throw-in in the end. It's with Chris Richards. He won the throw-in instead. First change now for Sebastian Hoeneß and his FC Bayern 2 side. Timo Kern, the player withdrawn. It will be Maximilian Welzmüller coming on. Defensive midfielder Welzmüller perhaps deployed to gain a bit of stability in that midfield for Sebastian Hoeneß' side. They've been overrun rather in the midfield in second half. Welzmüller, 2 assists to his name already this season. How Sebastian Hoeneß would like him to add another one of those today. Chris Richards, the young American, plays the short ball in to Paul Wild, but he's lost it to Lex. His ball across the boxes towards Mulders. The red shirt there in front of him, and Sarpreet Singh turns very well on the edge of the area. Spreads the ball out to the right. Philipp Steinhardt caught late as he cleared the ball away. Bibiana Steinhaus not sure whether to give it or to play on. She just waited to see where that ball would end up. She's taking things back for the 1860 free kick. Here's Dayaku just going in with studs up. Substitute. Prince Owusu chasing hard, but the ball was always running away from him. Into the final quarter of an hour here, both managers trying to shake things up. The game finally poised at this stage. It will be Michael Cuisance, the man taken off. Yannick Rochelt, I believe, the man coming on in place of Cuisance. Well, as if there wasn't enough dangerous talent on the pitch already for FC Bayern 2. Yannick Rochelt comes on, 4 assists to his name thus far in the campaign. Cuisance, though, not looking particularly pleased to be withdrawn as the game reaches this phase. Everything still to play for. This is the time for somebody to make their mark and really become the match winner, the hero in Munich this weekend. It's dispossessed. There's a chance. Lex couldn't quite get on the end of it. Good pressure from 1860 again, though. They've really upped the ante in the second 45. Good movement from Marius Wilsch. So many red shirts around him. He couldn't get it through into the area, but they're working really hard. Kwasi Reet just penalised against Weber. Now all of a sudden it's Bayern who are conceding fouls, which are stopping them from stringing together high tempo attacks. Here's the new man, Yannick Rochelt. Palville takes it, goes back to his captain in the centre of defence. Maxi Weltzmüller just getting his first taste of the action in there as well. And now it's Derek Kuhn. He's got Rochelt down in the left-hand corner. Reeder comes across. He covers that one. Well, those fans will be feeling a lot better since the equaliser. The imminent danger of defeat has gone for now, but surely there will be some late twists and turns in this game. Hard challenges going in. Both sides want this so badly. Plenty of players already in the book too. Well, you can see the cuts and bruises there on the head of Leon Deyaku from his little trip into the advertising hoardings earlier on. He's given away a free kick this time. 1860 had struggled to make the best of their set-piece opportunities in this match. A little debate going on between Daniel Wein and Philipp Steinhardt as to who will take this free kick. 5 white shirts in the box. All the way through. Past the far post. Christian Früchtel must have had his heart in his mouth for a split second. Too far away from everybody in the end. Bayern playing the passes across their own defence. It's a risky game, but that's what coaches are set up to do these days. They set their sides up to maximise every potential opportunity, every way to build. The ball's all the way back with Hiller. Goes forward with his left foot, but he's played it out of play. Straight off for a Bayern throw-in. Bayern themselves going back this time. No foul given. The substitute, Prince Owusu, running and runs into trouble, and now it's Lex. There are players in the box. Owusu's there. Heads it. Good save. Christian Früchtel palming that one away at his near post, but what a chance that was. Nicholas Feldhahn felt that he was fouled. No foul was given. Lars Lucas Mai did incredibly well to come across and cover the danger. If 1860 would have wanted that chance to fall to anybody, it would have been Prince Owusu. Time and space to run towards the Bayern goal. The freshest legs of the substitute Owusu, but Lars Lucas Mai came across to cover. In the end, Owusu would have done well to beat the keeper with his header from that position. But here's another chance. The corner's headed away once more by Nicholas Feldhahn. I've lost count of how many times I've said that this afternoon. Sarpreet Singh concedes the throw-in and it's taken over his head. Lars Lucas Mai looks to win a throw-in back, but he doesn't. It doesn't go out of play. And Dennis Dressel, the goal scorer for 1860, is able to win yet another corner. Into the 82nd minute now. Time is ticking away. A goal now for either of these sides could prove decisive. They're changing things up a little bit. A new corner taker, front post, once again headed away by the red shirts. Offside was given there, was it? And yet again the home side failed to capitalise. They've had so many opportunities from set pieces. No danger from that one. Players starting to look tired out there. Both sides have made substitutions now. Can those players make the key difference? Paul Ville now picks up the ball in the midfield. Derek Kern brings it down. Lofts one forward with his left foot. Now Steinhardt has touched it. He's got no choice but to keep it in play. Blast that one high over the halfway line. Ville wins the header. And there's a chance. 2 men on, surely offside against Sasha Mulders. Well, he's put it in, lifted it over the goalkeeper and in. But with that much space and time for two 1860 attackers, he felt that there must be an offside flag coming, and there was. Well, both sides now then have put the ball in the net from an offside position. And that's one for Yannick Rochel to chase. Can't quite make it. Hiller all the way over the halfway line. The ball's fallen to 1860. They will try again. Derek Kern back this time with a good interception just at the last moment. Reet has done well to keep the ball. Was tackled by a few players there. He held the ball up really well. He's given a chance to his teammate Derek Kern to run. And Kern's dispossessed. Great block from Lex. The referee let things play on. Looked like there were potential infringements from both sides there. An important header in the midfield for Bayern. And it's back with 1860. Again, looking to create something on the left. It's Dressel. He's done really well to build himself a bit of room. And he's still going, Dressel. Gone back to his teammate Prince Owusu. And Owusu skipped through the challenges there, and he's into the area. What can he deliver? That's simply not good enough from that position. 5 minutes remaining in the game. You need to be doing better than that. It was really nice work from Prince Owusu to build up that space for himself and to advance into the area. It was low, it wasn't hard enough, it was too close to the goalkeeper. He never gave his teammates a chance to get on the ends of it. And he never gave the Bayern defence a chance to hit panic mode and accidentally knock the ball towards their own goal. Free kick has gone Bayern's way in the midfield. Less than 5 minutes remaining now. Both sides seem quite content with this break in play. Just catching their breath as we go into this last spell. Well, it's a yellow card out for somebody. Hard to tell what happened there. Bayern will make another substitution. It's Dayaku who's coming off. Battered and bruised after a hard day's work. And Alexander Nollenberger is the man to replace him. Here's Chris Richards on the right for Bayern. Back to captain Feldhahn. Richards again. Welzmüller and Singh just getting a few wires crossed. Singh was under pressure, and it will be Philipp Steinhardt, the left back, who's there to take the throne for 1860. Goes long and forward. Richards keeps it in play. Feldhahn keeps it in play too. And the ball has fallen to Bayern. Can they create something on the turnover? Not this time, they can't. Asking far too much of Yannick Rochelt down on the left. And Marius Wilsch will take the throw in. He was the man who conceded the penalty for Bayern 2 to take the lead. But Wilsch has had a good second half. The 1860 right back. Früchtl. Feldhahn. Palville now. Back to Früchtl. Bayern 2 pegged back inside their own area. Früchtl goes long. Rochelt wins the knockdown and does well. Finds Derek Kuhn. He doesn't need an invitation to take players on and run into space, and he's done really well. Stefan Lex just looking to the ground. He knows he's been beaten there.
88. Minute Wechsel bei 60 München aus dem Spiel geht's. Dankeschön. Und für 7 Stefan Lex.
And that will be the last action of the game for Stefan Lex. It's Noel Niemann who comes on to take over the line for 1860 in the last few minutes of the Munich derby. This is the time for somebody to make themselves a hero. Sascha Mulders gives it away to Palville as he looked to create a break. Long ball into the area, it's a dangerous one too. Philipp Steinhardt had to be alert, looked over his own shoulder. Corner to Bayern 2 though. Bit of miscommunication in the defence at 1860. Half-hearted appeals for a free kick, nothing doing. Sarpreet Singh will have the chance to deliver the ball in the 89th minute. It's a good one. Hiller's there, strong punch outside the area. It's lofted up into the air, still danger. It's down with the substitute. Cut into the area. It was Alex Nollenberger just after coming on. Looked for a split second as though he was going to get a shooting opportunity. That ball had bounced and bobbled and went high up in the air. Nobody was quite sure where it was until Nollenberger came in. Elected for the pass across the box instead of the shot, and he's won this corner from it. The corner's long. It's over everybody, and it's back to Nollenberger on the other side now. His shot's blocked, his cross is blocked rather. It's spinning, it's turning, and it will go out for a Bayern throw-in. Taken quickly towards Kwasi Riet. Out of play, says the linesman. Halfway through this 90th minute. 1860 with a chance to relieve a little bit of pressure that was building up there. Will there be shooting chances for either side in the final few moments of this game? Chris Richards wins the header. Hoofed away by 1860. Something for Sascha Mulders to chase perhaps. It's going to be headed calmly back to the goalkeeper Früchtl though. Lets it go back before picking it up. the sign that FC Bayern 2 might be content with a draw today. 3 minutes added on though. Will something come in that time? Not with passes like that, it won't. The ball turned over time and time again. There's one for somebody to chase. Feldhahn couldn't deal with it. Prince Owusu chasing it. Never quite made contact though. Never looked like he was able to latch onto the ball. And in the end, it's a very soft free kick given. One final change being made here by the home side. It's Daniel Vine going off. Simon Sefferings on in his place. How many touches of the ball will Simon Sefferings get in the 90 or so seconds that remain in the game? He's involved in a battle straight away with Kwasi Reet. Sarpreet Singh. It's back with Feldhahn. Looks to spread the play to the right-hand side. Tough challenging. Philipp Steinhardt can't believe it. It was a tough battle. Steinhardt won the header. But he's been penalised for that. Just got his hands up and around Alexander Nonnberger. And this is a really dangerous position now for Bayern 2. Plenty of options. 5 players in there in the discussions as to what they will do. Will it be a training ground manoeuvre? Or will it be a shot on goal? This could be last chance saloon for one of the two sides to go and win it. It's 1860 have to defend it. Bayern have the chance. It's gone for a shot. The keeper did well. The ball was perfectly placed. Low and hard at the near post. Marco Hiller did tremendously well under pressure at the end to get down and smother that ball. And that's a good delivery forward from Hiller. He's not managed too many of those today, but that one's found Sascha Mulders, and he's given it away to Nicholas Feldhahn. The ball's back with 1860 though. Philipp Steinhardt chasing hard. Feldhahn was just waiting for that to come. Went down, won the free kick. He knew what was going to happen. And that's that. Honours even in the Munich derby. Thanks for joining us on the international feed for this one today. We hope you've enjoyed the entertainment on offer in the German third division. It was a fiery game at times. One apiece it's finished. 1860 equalising in the second half. It was a deserved leveller to keep the home fans happy. But in the end, the points are shared. 1860 Munich 1, FC Bayern 2 1.